What's up, nerds, and what's up, March? This month contains a few notable titles that we can't wait to play, and we're here to put them on your radar. Be sure to let us know what you're looking forward to, and if we forgot any titles, comment them below. Can you believe that Kirby never had a full 3D adventure? You may be thinking, wait, hang on a minute, what about Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards? Aha, well, that, my good friend, was still 2D with the deception of blurry 3D. Your N64 memories greatly deceive you. Kirby in the Forgotten Land has some serious Mario Odyssey vibes, and that's reason enough to be excited. Of course, Kirby can still copy abilities, but he can also just straight up take a mouthful of car and just become the car. Nintendo has a busy 2022 ahead, and Kirby will likely be their first big hit of the year. The long-running Rune Factory series will finally see its 5th installment. Can you believe it's been nearly 10 years since the last one? Fans of this simulation RPG are undoubtedly waiting to get their hands on their next big time sink. Of course, some of you may be anxious to know who the right waifu is for you, in which case you can head over to the official Rune Factory website right now to take the official matchmaking quiz. So what are you waiting for? You don't want to marry the wrong person, right? Microsoft may be purchasing studios and publishers left and right, including Bethesda, but PlayStation 5 owners can still look forward to some timed exclusives. Last year we had Deathloop, and starting off 2022 is GhostWire Tokyo. Little was known about the game until the recent preview builds, which have been nothing short of impressive. Be sure to check out our own preview impressions on Noisy Pixel as we gear up for another epic first-person shooter adventure. This one uses various psychic and paranormal abilities to defeat Tokyo's ghosts and spirits. Final Fantasy meets Devil May Cry in an alternate reboot of the first Final Fantasy game? Yeah, it sounds like a mess on paper, but playable demos have proven otherwise, as fans couldn't be more excited to try this experimental Final Fantasy action game while they wait for the release of the 16th installment. Developed by Koei Tecmo Games and Team Ninja, the game is an action RPG set in a dark fantasy interpretation of the setting for the original Final Fantasy game, with a group of people drawn into it from another world. When we think about racing Chocobo, we don't think of go-karts or rocket-powered roller skates, but that's Chocobo GP for you. Believe it or not, it's a follow-up to the long-forgotten 1999 PlayStation title Chocobo Racing. Players can expect Mario Kart-style shenanigans with characters and tracks based on classic Final Fantasy titles. Tracks include the Gold Saucer from Final Fantasy VII, Zozo from Final Fantasy VI, the town of Alexandria from Final Fantasy IX, and more. That new Mario Kart 8 DLC isn't out until 2023, so this might be your karting fix in the meantime. The hype is very real every time I see the gorgeous pixel art world and action of ANNO Mutationem. The tone is set in that cyberpunk theme that we can't get enough of, but we also get a charming protagonist who definitely knows how to kick ass. Players assume the role of Anne, who is on a lone wolf mission to put a stop to a sinister mega-corporation. While the game is action-focused, exploration is heavily rewarded. Plus, there are optional missions for Anne to become a bartender or detective. This gorgeous adventure stands out this month, and we can't wait to uncover everything it has to offer. High-definition sprites seem to be the new thing with JRPGs, and we couldn't be happier. So bring them on, we say. Where Octopath Traveler was a turn-based affair, Triangle Strategy brings back old-school strategy RPG gameplay with AAA production values. Although the title of the game sounds like a codename for a pitch document, the actual release itself will no doubt be an in-depth experience and is set to feature a rich storyline for players to lose themselves in. A playable demo allowed players to jump into the first couple of chapters, and needless to say, this will be the game to look out for if you have a Nintendo Switch. While the console itself has no shortage of strategy RPGs to choose from, Triangle Strategy will likely blow the competition out of the water, even with games like Advance Wars on the horizon. Described as a storybook RPG, The Cruel King and the Great Hero. Here, it's an unlikely scenario of a hero showing kindness towards the great antagonist, and in doing so, they go on an adventure together to become friends. If this all sounds wholesome to you, then you'll dig the storybook presentation of it all when the game launches on Switch and PS4 in March. Sure, Triangle Strategy may get you covered in the strategy RPG department, but let me ask you this. Does it have mechs and robots of the space variety? Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, if you were after an alternative experience in the genre, then Relayer might be your thing. It all takes place in a clean chessboard style battle grid with plenty of cool character designs. Set in the year 2051, Relayer aims to give players the deep customization of a mech TRPG while introducing a few notable characters. Humanity's existence is threatened by what is known as Relayers, with humanity's last hope being powerful humans known as Star Children. Sounds pretty cool to me. Do you want a true beast of a video game? A game that will impress all your family and friends with the true mega power of the PS5? Then you need Gran Turismo 7. Can't hold a conversation with Grandpa during those awkward mandatory visits? Then power up Gran Turismo 7 and show him the hyper-realistic graphics of your overpriced PS5. Yeah, Grandpa, it really does look just like real life. I mean, you could always just talk about cars, I guess, but if you got the cash to burn, then you can't go wrong with the 5th Sony console, with a copy of the 7th racing game. And that's our list. Thanks for watching, and be sure to leave a comment below letting us know what you're looking forward to.
Noisy Pixel.